Hi, champ.
Can you hear me?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, hi. How you doing? Yes, I can hear you.
Great, great. Nice to have you here again.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Sorry about the whole network issue. Let's get right into it.
No, that was my fault. Yeah.
All right, all right. I wanted to ask how's training been? How's preparation for the match?
Uh, Training's been great. I've been training here in Houston, Texas with Eve Edwards and O Athletic and yeah, the training's been going great. I brought a couple jujitsu guys in, and I've been going to some jujitsu schools, well-known jujitsu schools here in town, and yeah, training's been good.
All right. So you defeated Archuleta to become the interim bantamweight champion. That must have been a really proud moment for you and your family, your team, your camp. Can you walk us through the process of how that moment felt and how you were able to share it with all the people that have been with you up until that moment?
Yeah, it was a really huge moment for me. It was my first major title attempt, and against a former world champion in Juan Archuleta. So it was a huge, I feel like, mountain to climb, and then it was also something that I feel like I've been ready for a long time. So it was super cool to either even be in that a position, to where I was able to fight, one of the best in the world for a world championship title. Then I was able to beat him, and not only beat him, I was able to finish him, in the third round. It was third round, second, third round. And yeah, it was cloud. I mean, all the hard work, all the sacrifices I made with my family, all the moving I did, all the bumps and bruises I had throughout my career, it all felt worth it, at that point. So that was an amazing feeling, It was also in Hawaii where my next fight is. So yeah, that was the pinnacle of my career at that point.
Yeah, great, great. And from there you went on to fight Danny, and in the Danny fight, there was a lot of noise around that fight. It was quite personal, things got a little bit out of hand. Um, I know you said you want to move away from all of that, and look ahead into the future. But just tell us what you take away from that Danny fight. It ended up in a split decision. He's come out to say he definitely did not think he lost that fight. There's been a lot of debate since the fight. So, what's your takeaway from that fight?
My takeaway from the fight, I'm not opposed to that like fight again. I'm not opposed to that type of energy. People usually don't really talk with me because they know uh, maybe they're not confident. Maybe they, just know that they'll bring out a different. So yeah, he thought that was a wrestling match, and I came there to fight. So I came there to do everything I did. Punch him in the mouth, kick him, try to submit him, and all he just wanted to like stall the match out and hold on to me the whole fight. And you can't win a fight like that. Unfortunately, I think, and it really should be, when I look back at the fight, it should be a unanimous decision. I feel like he won the first round from stalling out. He did more stalling out than I could have. Uh, More than I could impose my offense. But then after that, I dominated him the whole fight. He was bagging up the whole time. The only forward thing he was doing against me was trying to grab my legs and grab onto me and slow me down. So yeah, the only reason he got this little bit decision is because they had a judge by the name of Doug Crosby. Give a kind of absurd scorecard. But yeah, so when I look back at the fight, I'm happy with, I was able to come away with a win. I also feel like, man, if you want that fight again, I will take you out. I'll take you out in any without any hesitation. So that's but that's down the road. I got a big fight ahead of me now, so I got to focus on that. And yeah, that's kind of how I feel about
Right. I guess the word judging is becoming a thing in MMA. Okay, so moving forward, the
it.
next fight is against Patchy for the grand prize of 1 million. That's a lot of money. Um, and you also have the chance to,
Hmm.
if you win that fight, you're going to potentially unify the bantamweight division, with your fight against Sergio Petit. And okay, so talk to me about how big of an opportunity this is for you, and just how hyped up are you for it? I mean, the money is enough incentive, but
Yeah, man, this is the fight. Yeah, this is the fight of my life. You know, this is just like this is it. So I'm putting all my chips into this basket. This is kind of what I've been fighting for this whole time is changing my family. So yeah, I'm pumped, man. I'm super pumped. I think that this fight is also the two best bantamweights in the world. I give Patchy a lot of credit. I definitely feel like I'm better, and I'm gonna go in there and destroy him. But he has made it to this point, and he went through a gauntlet of fighters to get to this point. So I have to respect him. But yeah, man, I am pumped, bro. I can't wait to get in there with Patchy Mix and let him feel, what I've been talking about. And yeah, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited.
all right. So Patchy Mix, unlike your former opponent, his approach is very different. Um, he's come out and he said a lot of really, really good things about you. He said he thinks you're the best bantamweight in the division apart from himself. Um,
Mhm.
so do you rank him as highly? Do you think he's the toughest opponent that you're going to face to date, or you feel like you've been there, done that, and he's just another one?
I when I first got into Bellator, I ranked everybody from top to bottom who I thought would be the toughest fight for me to fight. And the top of that list at that time when I first got in was Magomed. I think after that I picked Warner Chaletta, and then after that I picked Patchy Mix. I thought those were my toughest fights. And so, but now coming away with those wins over Koraguchi and Magomed, I would say Patchy Mix is my toughest fight, just because of the landscape of how this tournament has played out, and I don't want to say it's like, oh, just another opponent. He's an opponent that has a lot of dangerous skill set that I have to be aware of. And that was another mistake I had made, with the fight before. I really didn't give a fuck about what uh, Sabatello had to do or say. I really didn't care because I felt like I was better than him, and he wasn't ready for me as a challenge. Um, Patchy Mix, I feel like, is a different story because he's specialized in an area, and if I give him, if I give him what he wants, then he's more likely to be able to take advantage of it. So I pretty much just got to do what I do and make him fight my fight. And but it's also with the stakes and everything, on the line. I feel like he's gonna come. He's probably training his butt off. I'm the toughest guy he's ever had to face, and so he's gonna be the toughest. He's gonna be the toughest Patchy Mix, and I'm expecting that. And I can't wait to shut that Patchy Mix down.
All right. Okay, so I believe Patchy Mix has done enough to earn the title of a submission specialist. Um, and we know that you're an amazing, amazing wrestler. So stylistically, you might not want to put that fight on the floor. A lot of people are saying there's a lot of dangers with trying to wrestle with Patchy. Are you doing any special training, or are you trying to, are you doing things in the gym to counter, the submission attempts? Or, you're just going to go out there and fight your own fight and making, if he can't stop you from doing what you want to do, then I guess all the submissions might just be a waste of time. So, or is it a blend of the two? What do you think?
Yeah, so for me, it's like for him to be able to get me to the ground, that is going to take a lot. Because of my wrestling, I'm able to dictate where I want to put the fight. If I want to put the fight on the ground, in spots, I'll put the fight on the ground. I also went out to Washington to just tighten up and make sure my submission defense and offense is uh, on point. But that's the thing. Like you say, like he says, like, "Oh man, I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna submit him the first exchange or whatever it says." Like ain't nobody been able to submit me because you can't get past. You got to get past my hands. You got to get past my elbows, my knees. Then you got to get to my hips, and then that's a whole nother game. Where I'm a two-time national champion. You got to wrestle me to the ground. Okay. Well, first of all, you got to get through my hands and kicks and not get knocked out. Then you got to get to my wrestling, which is a whole nother thing. And then when I get to the ground, I'm a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm not like these other guys you're fighting. I'm one of the most well-rounded fighters in the world. So wherever you take the fight, I have answers for. Wherever you are in the cage, I have answers for. So I want to say he's just like I'll just go, according, or I'll just do kind of whatever, but I have the tools to do whatever I want, and I have the tools to dictate where I want the fight would be. Pretty much, he's gonna have to accept where I want the fight to fight. So if I want to fight the fight on the ground, at the time I feel like it's a good decision for me to fight the fight on the ground, I'll do that. Most likely, I'm gonna touch his face up. I'm gonna touch his body up. I'm gonna touch his legs up. I'm gonna kick him up. Before he even gets a chance to get to my hips or get to my legs. So yeah, I just feel like these guys are approaching this like this is a one, like just because I'm a wrestler, that's all I've done, and that's one of the reasons I've been winning so much is people come in and think, yeah, I'm a wrestler. Okay, yeah, I'm very good at wrestling, but I'm also very good at striking. I'm also very good at grappling. So it's pretty much whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do.
All right. Okay. So we like to ask fighters for their predictions and how they think the fight is going to go. So how do you plan to get the job done? What round do you think this is going to end? We know you're always looking for a finish. Um, so how do you plan to get him out of there?
I think third round TKO. I think third round TKO. I get him out of there. I start, I'm a let go on my hands, and if he forces, to pressure me and things like that, I'm just gonna tag him up until he can't take any more tags. That's my game plan.
All right, all right. It was amazing having you. We'll let you get back to your schedule and your training. We wish you the best of luck against Patchy. We hope you get the money and unify the title. It was nice talking to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Nice talking to you too.
Yeah. See you.
Later.
Come on, Africans!